Guys, two things. This is our second time recording this episode because I fucked up. Sorry about that. But also, we just had a really long conversation about shitting our pants, and honestly, I just kind of wish we'd recorded it.
Thralls! Balls! They're everywhere!
Thralls Balls. The World of Warcraft podcast with a dirty mind and a clean behind. Hosted by Bentolis, Gershom, and Wooly. What's up, swingers? I'm Wooly, that's Bent, that's Gershom. This is Thralls Balls, episode 15. We haven't been here in a couple weeks, and that is just fine. We're back. Heads up, little bit of housekeeping to do here. Some things that are bound to come up on today's show do make reference to the situation regarding the lawsuit against Blizzard. So proceed against your own discretion, I suppose. If you don't want to hear anything about it, if you're sick to death of hearing about it, I don't blame you, but it's important, so we're going to be talking about it at least a little bit. The other bit of housekeeping is Bent is, how do I word this? Dealing with some stuff going on in his house right now, so he may have to go AFK time to time. So if we say, "Hey Bent, what's going on?" and he doesn't answer, yeah, he had to step away for a sec.
I actually died on live recording.
Oh my god, you guys, I'm not recording. I'm joking, I am.
You're fucking
This
with
isn't
it.
funny. This isn't funny anymore.
Yeah.
And let me just go ahead and confess to the swingers. I am the only person in this room who has not shit their pants. So no, we didn't record, but I don't want to get lumped in that shit panning. No, I've never done that.
You're a loser then.
The pants shitting. You gotta get in on the pants shitting bandwagon. You know.
Have you really lived if you haven't shit yourself?
Yeah. I bet Arthur shit himself. Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway.
well, that's a challenge for this week. I'll put it on my to-do list. Don't forget to shit your pants at some point.
There we go. So, let's talk about what we've been up to in the game. Bent, what have you been doing?
Yeah, so since we last recorded, just, plugging away a heroic, we got some looks at Sylvanas. We have 2 kills on Kel'Thuzad. And actually this morning I was able to tie my highest key ever, a 18 Theater of Pain, which I was excited about
Nice.
because I fucking hate Theater of Pain.
I think I've
it's the
only
worst
done
of
it like twice.
It's a fucking nightmare in Mythic Plus, especially the higher levels. Because there's you can't pull a lot of stuff. But yeah, that's basically what I've been up to. I'm working on my 2 alts. And other new news, my warrior, who I still on the fence about transferring to Horde, but I may be joining the Do Not Relent people in Uno Mas and
Hell
leaving
yeah.
the warrior Bradmore. But we'll see what happens with that because I forgot that orcs have a ridiculous passive that reduces stun time if you get stunned. So we'll see what happens, but I think I'm leaning towards staying on Proudmoore so I could hang out with the swingers and my co-hosties.
Hell yeah, dude. That'd be dope.
DNR me all day. I fucked up and didn't play my hunter that's in Uno Mas at all. I promised the swingers I would, and I really didn't. Yeah, no tokens. Yeah, I got. She's to 54 now, I believe, and she was 51 when I said I was really hoping to get to 60, but I've just been doing a lot more on Gershom. Anyways, sorry to interrupt you, Ben. I'm stoked though that you're coming over to Uno Mas. That's gonna be bitchin'.
Yeah, but that's all I got really. Hopefully we'll get Sylvanas down, and I could look to getting some alts, a couple runs in there.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
All right, Gershom, what have you been up to?
Just doing my PvE non-raider thing. Finished the story. I know we're gonna loop back to that, I'm sure. But I finished the story. I'm honored with Death's Advance. Did you guys know that there's contracts this expansion too? Because I didn't know that until today.
Like those rep things?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that until I stopped today to see what someone's mount was. And I'm of course, looking at all their buffs. And it's contract, Death's Advance. And I was like, no shit.
Well,
so I go to
shit.
the auction house. Yeah, 200 gold. There's a metric ass ton of them up there. It's not like there's only 2 or 3, and they last for a week. So you get 10. You get 10, only 10 rep for doing any world quest in the Shadowlands. So like this morning when I couldn't sleep very early, I was basically grinding world quests and basically doing also all the ones that give you anima. Oh, and speaking of anima, I got rank 3 of everything in my sanctum. So 3 for the command table, 3 for the
hell
all that
yeah.
stuff. Yeah. So the mini game, the Abomination Factory, actually has 5 levels, but I should be able to knock that out pretty quick. So yeah, I got rank 3 of everything on my sanctum. What else? Lots of Torghast. Started grouping up in Torghast, having a little more fun. You get a lot more tower knowledge and stuff, and it's way faster. So, I got a perfect score on an 8. I finally got a perfect.
I was just about to say you posted on Twitter and in Discord about that. Grats.
Yeah, that was exciting. I spent so much time in Torghast though that in January there's this achievement called Phantasmic. And so in January, I had one of the ranks of that achievement, which is gather 2,500 Phantasma. And I just hit the rank 3 of it, which is 25,000. So I literally have like 1,000 times more anima than I did 6 months ago.
That is.
Or not anima, Phantasma. Okay, what else? I know it's a lot because it's PvE. I got my domination shard off a world boss. You guys told me last night which world boss it was, and I didn't write
it. Was Morgeth. It was in, he's the one in the Maw.
I do believe I referred to him as Marvin of the Maw.
Marvin. Oh yeah, we did say that. I forgot about that. And then, I don't know. We could just talk about the story. I've got a few other things, but I'll just butt in when I can. Oh, I did Burning Crusade time walking and upgraded my bow. I still had my LFR bow, which is like 204 or something like that. So I got a 226 bow, and it's really bitchin' looking. It's got these crazy.
You got the Savannah bow?
Oh no. We appear to be experiencing some technical difficulties. We might have lost Gershom for a minute here.
I feel like a loser, but I have Exalted with Death's Advance on all 4 characters, and I actually,
do ya?
Yeah, and I got the Paragon chest already on each of them. Oh, I'm such a fucking loser.
Oh, we got her back. Don't know what happened there. You lagged out. Oh no, did we lose you again? Oh dear. Alright, well, I guess I will talk about what I've been up to, and then Gershom will come back. If she has more, she can throw it on top of the pile. But I've elected to stop raiding for the tier because, not to bring the mood down, but I've been dealing with a lot of mental and physical health issues. So it just makes sense if I can focus on that a little more. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to wait until 9.2. I have a Sylvanas normal kill under my belt, so that's good enough for me. So in the meantime, I'm going to be like an LFR hero. I'm going to get the cloth set farmed up for LFR, the doofy looking green thing. And just honestly, it's been giving me a chance to play some alts more. Like I was on my hunter running around Argus killing those Telbuck things. I forget what they call them. Crag stealers or whatever. Crag walkers, something. Because they drop some meat that you use to distract the glowy kitty cats so you can tame them, because otherwise you can't tame them. And I'm apparently really bad at distracting the kitty cats, because I haven't been able to get one yet. Working on it. Let's see.
I think I'm back, but for some reason my internet's being kind of janky. I hope that doesn't keep happening, but...
Well, we can cover if it does. It's all about just saying what's going on. So when you dropped out there, I just kind of took over and with saying what I was doing. Do you have anything else that you wanted to add on?
Not really. Just, I mean, I think we'll get more into like the deeper stuff, some of the theory crafting we were talking about last night, and you know, the campaign and stuff. But no, it's pretty much it. Oh, and my Well of Eternity came, but I posted about that too.
Hell yeah!
I'm gonna start book 1 of which is the is it called The Well of Eternity? Yeah, it's called the War of Ancients Trilogy, Book 1, The Well of Eternity. So, yeah.
Rock on. So before we wanted to talk about the story of the campaign and all that, but before we get to that, I wanted to get the mixed drink of the week. Fuck yeah, done. So let's go ahead and do that. It's time for the mixed drink of the week. Fuck yeah! Okay, mixed drink of the week. First and foremost, please only partake of the mixed drink of the week or any drinking if you are of legal age to do so. Furthermore, we are not responsible for anything that may befall you while drinking or partaking of the mixed drink of the week. Proceed at your own caution and be smart. Anyway, we've been going backwards through the armor types by alphabetical order and by class. We've moved through cloth. We're on leather now. We finished, I forgot, but we're on druid right now. Specifically the resto druid. So, the resto druid drink is Lifebloom, and this is where I ordinarily would mix it up and drink it and have the guys guess what's in it, except we already did that yesterday, and the episode's lost, so now they know what's in it, and also I'm not drinking it again, because they drank it yesterday, so I'll just tell you what's in it. The Lifebloom from the resto druid was a mixture of Baja Blast, the Mountain Dew Baja Blast, the Deep Eddy Lemon, which, you know, that shit's awesome. It's like a lemon-flavored vodka, and mint leaves. Yeah, it was actually pretty awesome. So I just kind of mixed it all up, said my usual over the lips, through the gums, look out, asshole, and then I forgot to tell these guys how it tasted. So
mint and lemonade is actually really good, like as like a soft drink. Like if you put like mint leaves in just regular lemonade with no pop or no vodka, it's really good. So I can imagine that being. I know I said pop. I'm sorry.
I should have ground up the mint leaves a little bit. I just kind of stuck them in there whole because of the idea of the resto druid having leaves, because that's kind of why I picked the mint leaves in the first place. But it tasted pretty good. I would recommend making one. Again, that's Deep Eddy Lemon or just whatever lemonade flavored vodka you can find, Baja Blast, and mint leaves. Next week, we're doing the Guardian Druid. We're doing Iron Fur, and we're taking a suggestion that was given to us in our lovely Discord channel. The suggestion came from Vanderlyle. He said, my suggestion is that you have Bentolis and Gershom each pick one ingredient, then you have them guess the final ingredient on the next show, and that shit's awesome. So, I asked them yesterday when we tried to record the episode and I fucked it up. For the record, we are still recording. Yeah, I haven't fucked it up yet. I asked them each to suggest something, and do you guys remember what you suggested?
Yeah, I went with basically like spicy tomato juice or like spicy clamato if you can deal with clamato. I enjoy it, or something like that. Like for some, the Iron Fur made me think like something a little meatier, maybe like leaning towards like a Bloody Mary iron, like something strong, like heavy like that.
And Bent, your suggestion was a lot simpler.
Vodka. I don't want to make you yak, so I figure I think vodka goes well with that. So
far it's looking like the Iron Fur is going to be essentially a Bloody Mary, but I still have to pick the third ingredient, and these guys are going to guess what it is next week. We're going to see how well that turns out. There might even be a fourth ingredient. I don't know. I might get a little squirrely. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But anyway, that's the mixed drink of the week. Thank you for listening to that. And we are going to move on to talking about the... What?
I was just going to say, I'm going to throw Vanderlyle a friendly Bethany for the suggestion. He's going to know what I mean by that. So, friendly Bethany, Vanderlyle.
Whatever that means. Awesome.
It's an emoji that somebody made up in Immune Stream. and it's kind of like this Karen-looking lady, but we call her Friendly Bethany for some reason, and she's basically like waving at you, so we spam it at each other all the time. It's just an immunes in one inside joke thing.
Gotcha. Anyway, you guys wanted to talk about the campaign, so how about you take away from that? Because I'm super far behind. I am at the point where you're helping Thrall find the axe he just went and yeeted at Helia, because he's really, really bad at keeping track of his weapons, isn't he?
Yeah, he just, like, doesn't think anymore. He just reacts.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, yeah, I guess, yeah, now I do get what you're saying. Like, he just kind of throws that thing around. Like, isn't that... Whose axe is that? Is it his dad's? Or
no, it's his. He made it.
Oh, okay.
He made it when he was out in the Grand, just, like, hiding from responsibilities, and Sarfang shows up, and he's like, the fuck are you doing? And he's like, I'm farming. And Sarfang's like, that's bullshit. This wheat isn't even real. And Thrall's like, oh, yeah? And then they kick the shit out of a couple undeads that show up, and then Thrall kicks over his anvil and pulls out his axe like, see? I still fight, you old bastard.
I love
your
Sour
no
Tech.
eyebrows having ass.
What happened to the Doomhammer then?
You know what? I had this. I spent my lore question in the LFR Patreon asking this, and they did give me a very good explanation. But Wooly, you can go ahead and cover it, because you'll probably do better than me.
The Doomhammer, it's actually pretty simple. When Thrall felt the elements pulling away from him because he had used the elements and the Doomhammer to kill Garrosh, he yeeted it, but not really yeeted it. It was the beginning of Legion in the Shaman class campaign, where this demon dude shows up, and I can't remember if Thrall, like, whips his hammer at him, or if it, like, falls out of his hand and falls down into the maelstrom or whatever. But part of the artifact quest line is recovering the Doomhammer from, I believe, Deep Home, or somewhere that the demon dude took it. I don't remember for sure. But basically, the Doomhammer and the elements sort of rejected Thrall. The Doomhammer not so much as the elements. And the player ended up with the Doomhammer.
Righteous.
Yeah.
All right. Is it? So it's campaign time?
Hell yeah. So what do you guys got for me? Because I'm super behind.
I'm just going through my notes here.
Berstrom, if you could take it away, I'll be right back.
Yeah,
No
I got
problem, Ben.
So yes, like I said, I finished the story. I liked, I guess, since we last recorded, what I did was the Night Fae one, where you have to find the Night Warriors. That was pretty bitchin'. I actually wanted to give a shout out to the lady who does Tyranda's voice. I had it written down somewhere. It's Elisa Gabrielli, I believe is how you would pronounce that.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, thank you. While I'm sitting here being dumb. What a great voice work in that scene where she's possessed by, or she's kind of possessed by, like, the Night Warrior power, and it's taking her over. Well, you didn't play it yet, but it's pretty intense.
No,
She's
but I
like,
have
screaming.
watched a lot
Yeah.
of videos. And
Okay,
you have
so
her
it's
name
in-
right, by the way.
Oh, good. Because I didn't write it down. I just remembered it from looking it up. What else? So I liked that a lot, and then I moved on to the Uther campaign, which was probably my least favorite one, because I really don't like questing with the Kyrian. I don't like doing their assaults. I didn't like leveling there. I didn't really like doing the Uther campaign. I felt like they had us flying all over literal creation to basically go wipe out memories, extract memories, find sources of memories, ring bells, take a bath, and I don't know, suck Uther's dick or so. I don't know. It was weird, but it's over.
The blue Smurfy Forsworn dick.
Yeah, I don't.
We can't name another episode after a dick. We already have Inspector Gadget.
Okay, so we won't talk about Uther's dick. But
whoa, we can talk about Uther's dick all we want. Let's not close any doors here. You know,
you guys saw when I said that in in the host chat about. I'll just tell the swingers what I said. What was it? Like something about the mustache ride or something, like the Forsworn mustache ride.
Oh my
But
god.
I stole that from DNR though, because they said something when they named Devos as sexiest NPC of the week. They're like, dude, she's totally like flying around, just sitting on Uther's face. And I was like,
Oh my god. Isn't I've lost track of the story at some point. Is Devos dead now?
I think I only went to that dungeon once. It's Spires of Ascension, and I believe, I mean, you kill her at the end. She's the last boss, so I guess.
Yeah, I lost track of who's where, because I mean, one of the great things about having an expansion that's in an entirely new territory is they can have as many characters as they want and go in as many different directions as they want, but that's also kind of a double-edged sword because that's a bunch of new characters you have to keep track of.
Yeah, it's true. I think they've done a pretty good job with like introducing that. Like, I can't think of any specific examples, so this isn't going to sound perfect. But I have noticed a tendency, and it must be like a story crafting, like mechanic or something they know how to do. But sometimes a new character will make a retcon seem more like, oh, okay, yeah, I could see that, but only by the introduction of the new character. Like, I can't think of any examples, but you know what I mean? Like, so-and-so walks in, and all of a sudden, this retcon weird story that isn't really making sense kind of makes sense. And that is one of the new characters' purpose.
Not 100% sure what you're referring to. I asked you for an example, but you just said you don't have one.
Yeah, I can't think of one. That's okay. It's okay if it doesn't make sense. No.
So where does the campaign go from there?
So you go back and you tell the Primus that you're done, and you've gotten basically every covenant sigil. They've all been able to like recraft a sigil, and he tells you that he's gonna do this and that with it and make some sort of key, and he'll call you when it's ready. And that's basically the end. So you get the achievement for that. The campaign's over, and then I guess something's gonna happen probably with the reset, because he does say the typical "I'll call you when I'm ready." And then when you turn in all that and you get the achievement and you're standing there in Korthia, and all the heads of the covenants are there, so you have like Uther and Draka and these people, and they all kind of have like little stay a while and listen stories. So Draka is pretty cool. She walks over to Thrall and tells him that Thrall basically tells her that he feels like he failed Garrosh. He should have been more supportive, and he sort of pushed him into being a bad dude with like all the stuff between them. Like, I wasn't too up on the lore, even though I liked that part of the game. I just couldn't really remember all the lore. So they kind of go over it, and Thrall's like, I feel real bad, and Draka's like, my son, don't blame yourself. They have this big long conversation.
Yeah, and she actually gets a little maternal too. I watched videos of this.
Yeah, she does. That's a nice touch too, because I know I've mentioned her voice actress before, Deborah Wilson, and
she is the shit. She's amazing.
But it was nice to see some depth of emotion, because up to this point, Draka has been like, "Fucking kill them," you know, and Deborah Wilson is like, and if you saw the BlizzCon line video when she did her total like monologue, you're like, man, this chick is angry. It's righteous as hell. She's punk as fuck, and I love it. Mm-hmm. But it was like, is she capable of like sounding like she toned it down? And let me just tell you, yes, it is. She completely, yes. When she does that conversation, when she does Draka's voice for that conversation with Thrall, it's very, very good. I would highly recommend, if you haven't played that part of the campaign, just go look in and YouTube that shit. Yeah.
She is the perfect person to embody Draka. Like,
I'm gonna hashtag girl crush that shit. Like, I'm just saying, I just have a girl crush on Deborah Wilson. I don't even care.
Yeah, hell yeah. So the other stay a while and listens.
The other stay in a while and listen was Jaina and Uther have a little chit chat, and that one made me weepy. I think a lot of people would say the same thing because it's a little shorter. But basically, Uther's like, "By the light, is that you, Jaina?" or something like that. And she's like, "Uther, And she's like, "Oh, you're a Kyrian. That makes sense." And she's like a little bashful. But there's some nice like subtext and also some good emotions in their voices. Like you can tell Uther's looking at her very paternally, you know, because he says like, "The last time I saw you," and she's like outside after the calling, and they both get like kind of quiet and sad for a second. And then Uther says, I get the feeling like when I was playing it and I was trying to emotionally feel, I was like, okay, Uther probably realizes that she's not this little girl anymore, you know, but so much time has passed that, you know, she's not. And she's she's way more of a badass now than she was kind of soft back then when she was with Arthas, you know. But she's matured a lot. So he says to her, "You loved him, didn't?" Or she says, "I loved him, you know." Yeah, that's what it is. And she sounds kind of choked up, and then Uther's a little choked up, and he's like, "I did too. Take that love with you. Don't forget it. Let it inspire you," and stuff like that. And then she basically says, "Can you stay for a little while? There's so much more I want to talk about." And then that's the end. So I guess maybe we'll get another stay a while and listen from them later, which would be nice, because I don't know what exactly she wants to tell him. Possibly everything, I assume.
Well,
I mean, that was her boyfriend's mentor, and I know they were close.
They're like a little family.
They are the last two people around that we
Arthas.
see as players who knew Arthas before. I mean, there's Kalia. We have Kalia Menethil too, but there's some of the last couple people who knew him as him, and they never really got a chance to mourn him, did they? Because he like started doing bad shit, and they're like, "Oh God, we got to stop him doing bad shit." And then Uther's like, "Hey, you're doing bad shit. Those are your dad's ashes. What are you gonna pee in him again? Oh, you stabbed me."
That's actually one of the scenarios you play. I mean, you probably saw this online too. Yeah, but that was pretty bitchin' to go back into the kind of Warcraft layout. You know, you go see like Ander Hall the way it was, and you run around and you're like, "Hey, look at this plague grain," and then Arthas is like, "Hey, come face me," and he eats the fuck out of you. You can't even touch him. He's standing there on Invincible, who I had no idea was originally a white horse. But I don't know why I didn't know that, but he's sitting there on Invincible, looking kind of.
I feel like the book has to say that somewhere.
I haven't read it yet. I know I'm going to. Well of Eternity first.
I haven't read it in years. I'm gonna read it again. It's in my closet.
The Arthas book is really bad, I think. Like, it's probably the worst one they've read.
You didn't like the Arthas book?
No, they just say it's too like fragmented and disjointed. Too much hopping around for my liking.
Is it Christy Golden? Is Christy?
I don't know. I don't know who it is, but it's just very like they could have done it more linear, in my opinion. It wasn't bad. Like,
it also
bad
covers
compared to the other ones.
It covers a long time period. Like, I believe it starts when Arthas is a kid, and like Kid Varian is showing up, and Lane just died because Stormwind got sacked.
Well, yeah, that was the beginning.
Time frame too.
That's the beginning of their friendship when Tyrannus takes in the Stormwind refugees.
Yeah.
And basically, he promises Varian that he always has like a second home in Lordaeron. So I have to assume there's actually a scene in the book I just read, the Tides of Darkness one, where that's what happens. The beginning of the Second War is when it starts, like the Stormwind refugees showing up in South Shore. And they cruise on up to King Tyrannus, and, you know, he says, like, "You guys have a home here as long as I can provide it for you." And I just have to assume, and there's, like, one little scene where, like, Arthas and Varian are, like, playing around a little bit. You know, they're spying on the adults in Teehee and, like, hiding behind the curtains and stuff like that. So I have to assume they got into some shenanigans. They're the same age.
Yeah. So where then are we in the campaign now, or is there more leading up to after what you're talking about? The words I chose were bad, but
yeah, no, that's pretty much where it's at right now. Benton, I missed something? Probably.
Oh, the only thing other than that is there's like a little like 2 gold quest where you click on a book and Mal'Ganis pops out.
Oh yeah,
basically threatens to kill you, and they kind of pretty much tell you that whenever we go to fight the jailer, in whatever raid it is, Mal'Ganis will be one of the bosses.
I was actually wrote this down because I wanted to tag you and say that you were right, because that quest just popped up for me this morning for some reason. So like I hadn't done it. So like you were so sure about Mal'Ganis being there when we were trying to record yesterday. So it says when you finally confront the jailer, you are certain that Melganis will be there as well, or something like that.
Which is cool because we never really only in the Culling a Strat home he shows up, and then after you get him to a certain percentage, he just eats off the Northrend.
Yeah, that's true.
And he gives you a Bronze Drake. Don't forget.
He does. So that would be the campaign. Then we have a section that we're going to be starting where I don't have a bumper for it just yet, but it's Gersham's Bookshop if you want to talk about the books you're reading.
Yeah, that sounds good. I know it's a brand new section, so I guess this is a good lead into it because I did just mention that I finished Tides of Darkness, which is by Aaron Rosenberg. Not one of the... Usually it's like Richard Deck or Christy Golden, but this guy wrote this one. And I thought it was good. I enjoyed the idea of going back in time and kind of meeting or fleshing out characters from in the game, because this is the beginning of the Second War. So this is right when you start to hit, okay, I know these people. This is Anduin Lothar. This is King Menethil. This is Danath Trollbane. So the stuff that they're doing, I thought it was bitchin' to get to know those characters a little bit. And I thought while I was reading, I wanted to shout out or mention probably my favorite of those characters who's unboxing I really enjoyed was Tyrannus. I had no idea that he was so noble and very I always kind of knew he wasn't like a warrior king. That wasn't his deal. He's like a bureaucrat, but he's a very good one, and he's a very fair one, and he's stern, but he's a good king, and he takes in the refugees. We already talked about that. So Danath Trollbane was another one I liked a lot. He's such a badass that when he found out that Paranold was letting orcs sneak through 3 out of his 6 mountain passes, he went and gathered a bunch of dudes, and they went basically ice mountain climbing into Alterac and killed so many orcs that they were able to build a wall of orcs so that no more orcs could come through. So,
God, that's grim.
Yeah, it really was. I know. You don't even have to fake it, because we talked about this last night, but it just hearing it again is God damn. I mean, they're just smashing. And it was he just took a little reconnaissance group. He took 10 dudes or something, I believe. It wasn't his whole army. He was let's just go handle this shit. This motherfucker ran. So King Paranold of Alterac betrayed them. Orgrim Doomhammer came to him and said, if you let us go through, we'll spare you. And so he told all his military, go over here, and left a bunch of secret little passes open, and the orcs just tried to flood down into Lordaeron. I mean, they get there, but Danath definitely went and showed them whose land it really was. And then, of course, I think my favorite character was Lothar. Just didn't know that much about him, but his Lothar, what can you say? He's Lothar. So I was kind of jaded by the fact of how fucking gross and evil the Horde is at this point. I think a lot of people who play Horde like myself maybe struggle with that, because it's definitely not the noble, liberated, free orcs that Thrall, out of the internment
camps. This is definitely not Thrall's Horde. This is the old Horde.
And also the old Bloodlust Horde.
Real quick, I want to point out for anyone who may not know, because I think it's really cool, Lothar's first name is Anduin. Anduin's named after Lothar. Anduin Wrynn.
Because Lothar pretty much, after Lane was killed, took him in. So I don't know. I'm sure in the Varian book, I forget what it's called, but they probably mentioned how old he was when this happens, or I could look it up in Chronicles. I didn't look it up. I always thought he was maybe around 7 or 8 years old. So I know when Lane died, basically, Lothar took care of him and made sure that, and then Tyrannus jumped in too, and he kind of had some help. But I guess Anduin Lothar's presence was so strong in him at that time that when he grew to have his own son, he named his son Anduin, and that's the Anduin Wrynn that we have today.
Sort of like Bolvar was to Anduin.
Like a reagent. Yeah, sort of. But Lothar did a better job than Bolvar.
Yeah, obviously.
And then, so Orgrim's
Bolvar was
like
standing next to a dragon for God knows how long and didn't know until it's like, oh shit, she's a dragon.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, Orgrim's a dick. He's walking around like smacking people and kind of like, I don't know. But it does mention he doesn't have the bloodlust, because when Lothar and Orgrim have their final showdown, Lothar looks at him and says, "This one doesn't look like those fucking idiots over there. He looks dangerous and smart and calculating." And then he realizes, he sees like the presence of a leader in him. It's actually a pretty cool scene in the book. So Lothar's like, that one right there, that's the one I'm going after. He's their fucking leader, I can tell. And at the same time, it flips to Orgrim, and he's like, this one dude over here is not like all the rest of these fuckers. He goes, that's their leader. That's the one I want. And at that point, they clash in one-on-one combat. And Orgrim smashes Lothar's skull in with the Doom Hammer. So I got a little weepy there. And I'm a horde, but that was just grim also.
Yeah, maybe this is in the movie, but I'm almost positive that Gul'dan interferes and just kills Lothar. And like Orgrim kind of like, so just touch on what you were saying, like, yeah, the horde's like pretty nasty compared to Thrall's horde, but then if you compare Orgrim to the rest of like the Gul'dan horde, he's actually pretty honorable.
So he puts honor before everything, but it does cause them to do some kind of suspect shit, though.
I think it's more Gul'dan though, because Orgrim actually puts a hit out on Gul'dan. He basically like has like I forget. Gul'dan goes to some fucking island looking for something, and
he goes to the Tomb of Sargeras to find the Eye of Sargeras, and he gets killed by demons inside. That was a good scene too, because as he's like being pulled apart by demons, he tries to write something with his own blood on the wall, like some kind of warning or something. And when you read Beyond the Dark Portal, when they go back to the Tomb of Sargeras, they're like, "What is this weird writing on the wall? It's all gross and weird." And then so I did it backwards. I read Tides of Darkness second on accident. But yeah, as Gul'dan's being like pulled apart by some horrifying demon, he's like scratching in the wall with his fingernails till they're bloody and like trying to write something down. Probably don't come in here, but I don't know. They never say what he said.
To be in there to already read it. Hilarious.
Right, like it's just a little late.
Lothar did not die in the movie.
I was
Lane
gonna say
Ring did, and it was in a way entirely different from the way he did canonically. It was still from Corona.
Yeah.
Except it was in the sacking of Stormwind, I believe. I might be wrong about that. But also, the movie, I love the movie, don't get me wrong, but I only love the movie because I'm a Warcraft fan. The movie fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's not. There's hardly anything about it.
I love that movie, but it's completely inaccurate.
Oh, I watched that movie probably. I went and saw it in the theaters, and I was sitting there, and my kid's dad was like, "Well, what'd you think?" And I'm like, I can't right now. Like, you wouldn't understand. But he admitted to me when his friends were like, "How'd you like it?" Because he's never touched WoW like at all, and he plays like Hearthstone, so he knows some of the names, but like that was it. And basically, he was like, "It's a good standalone fantasy film. It was good. It was a good fantasy."
That's
movie.
fair to say. But Medivh being Garona's father was just that made no sense at all. No.
And then the fact that she's with Lothar instead of, I mean, I thought she was with Khadgar. Really, in the book, isn't that kind of the assumed? Because they become like kind of forbidden but fast friends throughout all the books. She sneaks around and comes to him in Netherguard Keep and stuff, and he can't tell anyone that they're friends, right?
I don't remember. Something about Medan, who no longer is a canonical character. I'm confused by it all.
Anyways, let me see. I'm almost done, or we could wrap it up if we wanted. I liked meeting the Windrunner sisters together. So this is the one part that is kind of sad, though, because when the orcs sack Quel'Thalas, we learned that the Windrunners had a younger brother who was killed, and you said his name last night. I didn't.
Lirith.
Lirath. Pretty sure he's nothing more than a child, because in the book after this and Beyond the Dark Portal, Illyria basically goes on like orc genocide because she's so upset about them sacking Quel'Thalas, and a lot of it, you're like, Well, Tarayan didn't understand. He's like trying to, hang out with her, and I think they're making love with each other at this point. They're getting naked together, whatever. Yeah. It's like, we're gonna change the name of the show to Tarayan's Balls, y'all. I'm just kidding. Let's not do that.
Over the next 90 minutes, I'd like to show you how all your problems can be solved by my light-forged penis.
Yeah. So he's basically trying to get her to say, like, dude, you're reckless. I'm worried about you. You're reckless. And then finally she breaks down. She comes to the tent and it's raining and they're hooking up and all this stuff. And she starts basically like keening her grief. And she just keeps screaming about her little brother like over and over again. So I think that was the point for her. I mean, obviously their parents and stuff too, I think. And a lot of everyone she knew was killed. But the real reason that she was like literally howling with grief was because she was upset about her little brother like not getting a chance. And his WoW wiki says that like he wanted to be a ranger, like, oh, I look up to my sisters, blah blah blah. So
yeah, well, that seems as good a place as any to leave it, even with the sadness. I would love to see somehow Lyrith come back in the game. Like, we're in the realm of death right now, so
I was gonna
knows?
say anyone could come back. I've been enjoying having those thoughts sometimes, like, where is so and so?
I am a little disappointed that we haven't seen Durotan, but I do know the devs did say they don't want this to be like a world tour of old characters, so
Fair
anyway,
enough. Did you think it was sorry, I thought this is just about Durotan real fast. So when Draka and Thrall finally realize, like, oh, mommy, da-da-da, and they have their little reunion, she says, I know your Goel, something like, don't you think I would recognize Durotan's eyes? And I thought that was a really dumb thing to say, because Thrall has these, like, piercingly unique blue eyes, and he didn't get those from Durotan, I don't think.
Well, we're gonna have to go into Warlords of Draenor and find 30 years ago Durotan and zoom in and be like, dude,
He
your
does
eyes
have the eyes.
Does he have blue?
Yeah,
does?
because
that's awesome.
In the
Oh, shit,
conversation
I'm a fuck up,
after
then.
you finish the where you go with Draka and Thrall and you kill Wait, I guess you capture Helya. She makes a comment like, "Did you not think that I wouldn't see Durotan's eyes?"
Oh yeah, that's
right
what
away?
that's what we just said. So, but we're unsure if that's actually how Durotan's eyes look in the game.
No, they do. They're bright blue.
I'm gonna
Nice.
go. Oh wow. Okay, I have been corrected. I like that. Thanks, Ben.
Where is Durotan in Warlords? Where does he hang out? Like, is he in the garrison or is he in Asheran? What?
I think you follow him around when you're leveling. You follow him around quite a bit, and you confront like Blackhand trying to do stuff, and you like it's an alternate, timey-wimey thing. So I think he sort of shows up in different places depending on where you are, but where he hangs permanently at level cap, I honestly don't remember.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. Anyway, we are getting a little long in the tooth on this. Oh, Ben, you found a photo. It's kind of hard to make out his eyes in that, though.
You gotta zoom in really close, but they're blue.
I'm gonna zoom in real close. Oh shit, they are. They are. Okay, that is awesome. Thrall does have Durotan's eyes. We have confirmed.
Very nice.
So let's move on then to the WoW news.
Time for WoW news, motherfuckers.
Okay, I do not want to dwell too hard on the lawsuit because it's a giant... It's so icky. But couple things that do need to be pointed out, and some of this is going to seem like old news, but bear in mind we've been gone for a couple weeks. So, Francis Townsend, who put out a really tone-deaf response to all the allegations, basically, I've never seen anything like that, but she was there for like 5 months, stepped down from the ABK, Activision Blizzard King Women's Network, deleted her Twitter after blocking Activision Blizzard employees who were calling her out on her bullshit. So she stepped down from that, but she's still employed at the company. So that I'm conflicted about that because the way she was talking was just so dismissive of the whole thing. And I'm pretty sure that's all we need to say about that. There's a couple other names who have left, most notably J. Allen Brack, the president of Blizzard, I believe his title was. But he's been replaced by two others rather than just one other, Jen ONeal and Mike Ybarra. I question the decision to split it into two roles, but also maybe that's a good move. Jen is former Vicarious Visions studio head. And wait. Okay, I can't make sense of the notes I wrote. But they both have long resumes that I'm hopeful they will take the game in a great direction, or rather take Blizzard in a better direction. I do think it's kind of shitty that finally a woman's in that position, but she has to share it with a man to be there. That's just my opinion. I just think that's kind of shitty. So J. Allen Brack is gone, which I believe is the good move to make, because he let shit slide that he shouldn't have let slide. And really, there was no realistic going forward with him still there while people were that upset about what's going on. Three other people, actually, have been confirmed to have been let go from Blizzard. They are Lewis, I don't know how to say the name, Barriga, Jesse McCree, that's the namesake for McCree from Overwatch, and I actually didn't know this part, the Macari zone in Argus, so I'm going to just call it the Golden Place from now on, because, and Jonathan LeCraft. They have all been confirmed to have been let go from Blizzard. The speculation is that it's because of their connection to all the Cosby Suite bullshit that went on, but that hasn't been confirmed or anything.
Wasn't McCree actually in the photo?
He was,
we talked about
him
this
and the other guy, the third guy Flaggy mentioned as well.
Yeah, they were in the photo, and McCree also said a really gross thing in their group chat that leaked, something about you spelled fuck wrong or whatever.
That was him. That's so gross.
I
and then
think that was him, yeah.
Afrosabi's response was even more horrible because he brought his own fucking race into it.
Yeah.
And he was like, I could fuck as many women as I want. I'm Middle Eastern or something.
Exactly.
And I was like, how gross can you be, dude?
Yeah. So, y'all might have noticed I'm trying to just plow through that news to get it out of the way. I think it's important to talk about. Oh, no, I'm not admonishing you for weighing in. I'm just explaining why it seems like I'm pushing through it. Because while I do think it's important to mention, it also detracts from what we're trying to do here, and that's make people feel happy. So,
huzzah! Let's go happy.
Is an ongoing situation. The lawsuit itself is going to take forever. I guarantee you. It's going to just be a thing for a long time. It does sort of feel like Activision is trying to find out how many people they can throw under the bus to make this go away, and I don't think we should let that happen. They need complete structural reach. They need a lot of different things to change. Moving on from that, I don't know where it is now, but this is what I saw a couple weeks ago when I made these notes. The next phase of raids are on the PTR for Burning Crusade Classic, so people have been able to test out Serpent Shrine Cavern and Tempest Keep. I think there was a specific part of Tempest Keep, but I didn't write it down, which is pretty cool. You see it moving forward. I'm not really a classic WoW kind of guy. I have a level 40-ish Warlock on Pagel, I believe it is, but I haven't really played him. There's also the LFG tool coming on the Burning Crusade Classic public test realm, and it's worth pointing out that this is the exact same tool from 2007 with no updates or modern conveniences at all. And I want to point that out because people seem to be under the impression that it didn't exist, and it did.
Do you guys play Classic or TBC Classic at all? Because I don't.
Not really. Like, I'll log in every now and then and run around to look at things the way they used to be, but that's about it.
My opinion, I think the Burning Crusade is one of the worst expansions. Is that?
That is a hot take. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I liked it. But do you remember a long time ago when you called Warlords of Draenor the sacrificial lamb for Legion? I kind of feel. No, I agree with you. I feel like TBC Classic might be the sacrificial lamb for Wrath Classic, which obviously they're gonna do.
I will legitimately play Wrath Classic because
I might. I fucking love that expansion. So even just going back to get Lore Master when it was super easy was so bitchin'.
The thing is, people remember Wrath as a really good expansion, but at the time, people fucking hated it. They hated that you could use badges to buy gear. They hated that every 12-year-old kid was re-rolling a Death Knight and how overpowered they were. People did not like it at all. And, like...
It's the same with a lot of expansions. Like, right when Mist of Pandaria came out, like, if you mentioned nowadays... Yeah, but nowadays it's like, oh my god, Mist is... Like, it's either Mist or Wrath people think are the two best expansions.
Yeah, people hated Mist so much it killed a guild I was in. Because they're like, I don't want to play Kung Fu Panda. Fuck off. Just fuck off. Anyway, TBC Classic on the PTR.
As a PvEer, I really liked Mist. I mean, for... most visually stunning.
Well, if we're going there, I mean, I think TBC is the best the game's been for PvP, but other than that, TBC was terrible.
No, I said PvP.
Yeah, you lagged out there for a second, unfortunately.
Me?
No, Gershom.
Oh.
So, speaking of Classic, they have removed the /spit emote to an extent. You can still spit on the ground, but you can't target somebody and /spit on them. And that is, in my, like, probably a direct result of people like Asmund showed. Yeah, I said it. Come at me, bitch. Going around telling people that watches content to spit on people buying store mounts, thinking he's fighting against store mounts when really he's just bullying players.
It was store mounts and boosts.
Yeah, like I'm not necessarily in favor of there being a cash shop, but I also don't think it's right to hold players accountable for shit like that, especially because he then bought a boost himself.
It's your sub and it's your fucking IRL money, bro. Don't tell me how to spend it. Shut the fuck... Like, get out of my face with that
like
shit.
A mount doesn't make you play any better. Neither does a boost. Even if you boost your character, you still gotta be somewhat good at the game to clear the raids. Like, it's ridiculous.
Like, it's mostly cosmetic stuff. Like, I was looking at... There's, because I've been sort of fascinated with the glowing kitty cats from Argus lately. I've been thinking about getting the mount that's a glowing kitty cat because it's
I have it.
The Luminous Star Seeker or whatever it's called.
I bought it because it matches the pet.
Does it fly? Okay.
I think she lagged that again.
Yep, we're having a little bit of technical problems today, so it looks like G went and lagged out. But if it flies, that'll be dope. But if it doesn't, even so, I want the glowing kitty cat mount. Moving on to other news, there was an in-game walkout a couple weeks ago, synced up with an IRL Blizzard employee walkout. I wanted to participate, but I was unable to because I had real-life time-sensitive errands I needed to get done. But I think that's great that happened because the players are showing solidarity with the employees who are like, fuck this bullshit, this is bad, fuck you. I don't think there's much more that we can say about that. A good thing that they started doing is Blizzard started removing in-game references to a Frazi, whatever the fuck his name is.
Assface?
Yeah. They removed in-game references to Alex Assface. Probably the most notable of them is the NPC at the entrance to Stormwind that you previously turned in. It was either Anixia's head or Nefarian's head. I don't remember. Maybe both. And they replaced him with a female NPC named Field Marshal Stonebridge. Before they replaced him, oh, I just saw in the chat, Gershom, you said the kitty cat flies. Fuck yeah. So before they replaced him, Horde were flying in and murdering him, and Alliance were letting them because fuck him. Alliance were sticking warning signs in front of them, like just basically in-game fuck yous to him, and I appreciate that stuff.
I tried to go get him, actually. I tried to go just like punch him in the face or something just to get like a screenshot. And I literally, because I asked you how to go find him, and you told me exactly where to find him. You sent me the link and everything. So I go in, and he's there, and I saw him. I targeted him, and there was like another guard. So I'm like, oh no! I like flew up a little higher, just to get away. And when I came back, he was gone. Like I think I got up to go like make another drink or something. Like I don't know if it was some kind of. I was like, did they do this like right now? Maybe, yeah. But I didn't go back after that because he didn't come back. And he didn't come back. I sat around for like an hour. For a second, I was thinking, I was like, did they just remove him from the game right now while I was sitting here? Probably not.
That is also a possibility, but I feel like you would have seen the new NPC.
Probably, yeah. I'm sure someone just knocked him off while I was gone or something.
I was actually seeing on some servers, the Alliance players were actually letting Horde players come into Stormwind.
Yep,
to like
exactly.
do stuff to them.
They just stood there. There was clapping, there was cheering, all kinds of stuff. Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I do love how so many of the player base are being supportive of the employees struggling and fighting back again in all this. That more than anything, the way the employees are making their voices heard is what's keeping me playing this game, because you know then that it's not across the board corruption, you know? There are people who won't permit it. Anyway, the next story we have here, and I do believe this is actually the last news article we have to share, is Rae'shalare, or is it Shalare? I don't know.
I think it's Shalare. That sounds a little more elven. I think it's Rae'shalare.
We're going to say it that way. Rae'shalare, Sylvanas' bow that Gershom said earlier she got on LFR. Am I right about that? Did you say
No, I didn't get Sylvanas' bow because I don't raid.
No,
well, I got
I figured.
No, it was the 9.0 LFR. When you finish your campaign, there's a 204 bow, which I had from Nathria. It's not from Sanctum.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood you.
The LFR from Nathria, and then I replaced it anyways with the Time Walking one. Anyways.
I kind of wonder, not to get on a tangent, I kind of wonder how well the Sylvanas fight even flows on LFR, because there's a little bit of coordination involved, like with the, I don't know what the ability is, but the bomb thing that you gotta run it off to another platform, or else it'll fuck up your raid. I don't know. Anyway, there was some news about that is now old news because people just, it scales with the difficulty. But hunters now who got the normal difficulty bow in a heroic raid, which did happen, were given tokens to then upgrade it. Apparently, upgrade tokens were meant to drop in heroic and mythic instead of new item levels of the bow itself. So they hotfixed it to just change it so they have the appropriate item level when it does drop. But for those who did get the lower one, like say you're in mythic, you get the normal item level drop. First of all, I'd be pissed. But they gave everyone who had that tokens to upgrade it. So that's good. They fixed that. It seems like a weird decision to have just the one item level difficulty of it drop and then just say, here, you can upgrade it.
Yeah, that was like stupidity. I'm glad they fixed it.
It's a weird choice. So that is it for the WoW news. I'm not going to put the bumper in because we didn't have a question of the week. So, I do have a new question that I'm actually pretty excited for. So, the new question of the week question, because we're now done with the news, is which NPC's birthday party would you want to attend the most, and what would you get them as a present? Bent, you cannot say Lady Moonberry.
I was gonna say, please don't
Come
say
on!
And the present cannot be your dick or your butthole.
You just said "come on" right after Lady Moonberry.
Come on!
Okay.
Alright, I'll have to settle
You
for
can't
Amberfoot.
You can't say Lady Moonberry because it's just kind of a given that you're giving Lady Moonberry the business.
Is there so to be fair, is there like a restricted character for me? Please don't say Deborah Wilson, because I would totally go to her birthday party and probably do some weird stuff.
Deborah Wilson. Why am I...
Wait, does it have to be Shadowland?
Oh, duh. I'm an idiot. No, she's not an NPC, though. She's a voice actor.
I was joking. I was messing around with you.
Oh, I'm dumb. So, that's the question. Which NPC's birthday party would you want to attend the most? What would you get them as a present? You can answer on Discord. The link is in the show notes and in the email. I'm going to be working on attaching it to a URL soon, trademark. Did I say email? I meant Twitter. It's on our Twitter page at ThrallsBallsPod. Speaking of, you can answer on Twitter at ThrallsBallsPod, or you can send us an answer via email, thrallsballspodcast@gmail.com. I will say the vast majority of answers we've gotten to the question of the week in the past were on Discord. And our Discord server has actually become a little bit of a active place where people have fun things to do. Like right now, it looks like they're talking about people from Chicago talking about being from Chicago.
That's all we like to talk about, is how we're fucking from Chicago and how we say pop. I'm not from here. Chicago. we actually set up a get together, so that'll be fun. Like,
yeah, that's
whatever.
Gonna be exciting. Because I'm not from Chicago, but I am from.
You might come, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, I already said I'd like to, if I'm not working that day. But I lost my spot because I'm a big dumb dummy. Oh yeah, the Discord. Come join the Discord. It's a fun place. Link in the show notes and on the Twitter. So this is where we would read reviews, but we didn't have any. Gershom said she had something to read, though.
Yeah, so I got a little note in my Discord DMs. By the way, guys, and you'll get my Twitter handle again at the end, but my DMs are open. You know, don't take advantage of that. Don't be an asshole. But right now, my DMs are open.
Don't be gross.
Don't be nasty. Yeah. So I got a note from someone who said I could read it if I kept them anonymous, which I did. I know who it is, but they preferred to remain anonymous. So, hey Gershom, thank you for sharing your story of your brother on that special episode. I can't imagine what that loss means to you, but a lot of people, myself included, have personal experience or family who have struggled with drugs and abuse. So it was really meaningful for me to hear you open up about something that is relatable but must be really painful. Thank you, because it is. Thank you. Hope to see you around Uno Mas. This person is an Uno Mas. I really hate Torghast, so maybe you could take me through sometime and show me what a fun Torghast run looks like. I've done some runs with the guys from Uno Mas, and that's really the only time I enjoy it. And we chatted a little bit after that. Like, yeah, they make everything fun. But I did enjoy receiving that little note. It was nice to know that someone was out there listening, you know, and it's nice to be able to identify with people. I guess that's why we call it our community.
Mm-hmm.
So there was that. And then there was one more thing. I got pranked on Twitter this week.
Oh, no.
No, it was funny, though. It was funny. So I have a friend from where I'm from in San Diego who is a transgender woman.
Mm-hmm.
And she used to hang out at me and my brother and our roommate's apartment. And we would all play like Magic or WoW or, you know, whatever we were doing, you know, smoking bowls and this and that. And so I kept getting these little like pokes or like, hey, on Twitter, like someone would like wave at me. And I didn't recognize like the avatar. It was like of their pet or something, whatever it is. And I'm like, okay, this person started following me. So I'm like, before I follow them back, let me start scrolling. So I scroll and I go down a super long way. I was probably scrolling for like 10, 15 minutes, reading all their posts and stuff. And I finally catch a selfie. And guess what? It was my friend from San Diego.
Hey!
And I was like, why didn't you tell me that was you, bitch? You know, like, what's going on? And she was like, I just wanted to see how long it would take you to notice and follow me back. So I got a little bit pranked, but that was fun.
Nice.
And it's nice that someone sent you that message too. You know, you never know when you open her up, like who you're gonna touch and stuff. So that was, you know, awesome.
Right. Yeah. And it must have taken a lot for you to open up about your brother as well. So I, as your friend, I want to say thank you for bringing that to the show to let everybody know that they're not alone.
That's what helps me get over the pain a lot. If I can share his story, you know, and just help people heal in any way, that would be awesome. Because I'm still healing. It was only 2 years ago.
Right,
so
right.
I'm thinking it's going to be a while. I mean, some days I wake up and I'm like, I really wish I could call my brother, you know?
Yeah. Well, so that's... I don't think there is a graceful way to transfer to this, but if you have a review that you want to send us, please go to warcraftradio.com/directory. You can hit Control F and type in Thrall's Balls. It should bring you right to us. Click it and you can do your thing. If you don't want to log into your BattleNet information to leave that review, you can also email us. If you have any feedback or a review of sorts, you can email us, which again is thrallsballspodcast@gmail.com. We're getting to the end here. Final thoughts of the day. Gershom, any final thoughts?
No way, man. Just having a great time playing the game. Glad that we're getting our recording back, and I'm so glad to be happy here with my hosties, and I'm having a great time. I'm loving all my interaction with the swingers, and the community in general has just been fantastic. And I just, you know, just want to remind everyone to don't be a dick, you know, be kind.
Yeah.
Just think about when you're walking around out there in the world, you know, you don't know what someone's going through. Just be nice, just err on the side of caution, or at least be polite, you know, and let's just take care of each other and take care of yourselves.
Ben, final thoughts.
Just gonna echo kind of what Rachel said.
Yeah.
It's great to be back, and we'll get into a groove. Keep, you know, interacting in Twitter and Discord. It helps keep our show active, and I'm on Twitter now, so you could always tweet me or follow me. I'm hoping, I keep saying this, but I think I'm actually going to pull the plug. I actually found a 360 hertz monitor I want to get now, and I'm going to move the monitor I use now as my secondary. I know like a few times you guys came on the stream and tried typing to me, but I don't have that second monitor, and I always forget to have my phone up. So it's like hard for me to see what you say until like 2 hours later. So, so great show. We'll see you guys all next week. The only bad thing about this week is I can't believe I'm being attacked. I can't include Lady Moonberry. This is unbelievable.
Listen, it's low-hanging fruit, man. Like, because we all know that's what you would say.
You gotta challenge yourself.
Well, there's always Amberfoot.
My final thoughts, you guys put those heartfelt messages out there, but my final thoughts are, don't be afraid to shit your pants. Because if you do, it's going to make a really funny story.
That's actually, oh shit, that's my homework this week. God damn it. Oh,
yeah,
shit.
your homework is to go shit your pants.
What am I going to do?
Well, I'm going to tell you what you're going to do. You're going to go shit your pants. Anyway, thank you for listening, everybody.
Fantastic.
What in the motherfuck is wrong with me? I'm 31 years old, advocating for shitting your pants. Thank you for listening, everybody. Follow us on Twitter at ThrallsBallsPod. You can follow Gershom on Twitter at Hunter Gershom, Gershom. You can follow Bentolis on Twitter at Bentolis_outlaw, BENTOLAS_outlaw. You can send us feedback, or otherwise hit us up via email if you'd like, thrallsballspodcast@gmail.com. Join the Discord. There's a crazy group of fun people. Links in the show notes and on the Twitter page. Follow us on your favorite podcasting app if it allows follows. And otherwise, just go forth and tickle nutsacks. Bye, everybody.
Bye.